Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Umbogno, and with me once again is...
Megalomaniac. Hello, Internet. Happy Passover time.
I guess it is about that time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Also, PAX East weekend is just about ending.
Yeah, it's actually, I think by this time it probably should be ending.
By the time they see this, it'll definitely, or hear this, it'll definitely be ended.
Absolutely.
You know.
So, you're just hoping that anyone who went to it had a good time.
Yeah, I'm more of a PAX West person, living in the state that PAX West happens. PAX Prime, sorry, PAX Prime.
Have you ever gone to it?
I went to the very first PAX, where it was a very, very small affair at like a hotel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was interesting then. Not a lot to do there at that point, though. like there was like concerts and stuff, and you know, some gaming stuff, but it was not nearly as big as it is now. Like there weren't developers showing off tons of new games and stuff there. But yeah, it was a fun time.
Okay. So last time we did the new featured episode. So today we're going to go back to playing a Foundry mission. Just sort of flying around, and I saw this one and figured, sure, let's take a look at it.
Some references to the original series here. It's Sons of Organia. So, you ready? Okay. Let's see if we're ready. If I remember correctly, Organia is the planet from like one of the very first Klingon episodes.
Oh, yeah?
I think.
I don't think I ever watched like the original series that far. Like, I know I've seen episodes here and there. I haven't really watched a lot of it. I should one of these days.
Yeah, it's one of the ones on Netflix. And there's some really good episodes in there. There's also some, you know, really campy crap.
I can imagine.
We are, of course, loading.
There we go.
Okay then. I don't know about you, but I just kind of jumped onto the bridge of a Constitution class and
and there were people to shoot at.
Klingons. Okay. This is bizarre.
Apparently I'm late for counseling.
I am not late for counseling. My counseling's on Thursdays.
The captain always arrives precisely when they mean to.
Exactly.
Also, it's going to be very awkward when two captains arrive for counseling. We've been double booked apparently. It's a group session.
I'm sure both our traumas are exactly the same.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that this mission was probably not meant to be done as a group.
I'm pretty sure most Foundry missions are not meant to be done as a group.
No, there I am.
Okay, so...
I saw you for a moment. Are you stuck in the wall?
I am actually standing outside.
You are standing outside.
I am running through space right now.
Excellent. Alright.
Yeah, there's some goofy geometry here.
Okay. Yeah, I just... yep, I see you. I see you sticking in through the wall. Like you got stuck in some kind of weird phase accident.
Yes. Yeah, you just go ahead. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm stuck in the mall, so you're gonna have to deal with the counselor.
All right.
I'll just go do a jog around the ship outside.
Literally around the ship.
In the middle of space.
Are you seeing anything interesting at least?
I am like looking through walls. Yeah, I'm seeing like decks and everything.
Oh, so it's okay. So it's because the geometry on the other side isn't like it's only one directional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty normal for map design, to be quite honest. Like, you're not supposed to be standing
normally
outside.
you're not supposed to be seeing.
Yeah, so like, why bother texturing or finishing the stuff on the outside? Only draw stuff on the inside. It actually saves some computational cycles.
Yeah. So yeah, good counseling session.
Yeah. Also, I think it's also pretty helpful because if you do manage to find yourself phased out of the world, you can still see where you're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Because if it was just textured on the outside as well, then it's like you can't see anything about what's going on.
Basically. So I think I found the cause of my deep-rooted psychosis and hatred of all living things.
Yeah.
It involves being stuck inside walls and running outside spaceships. It's deep, man.
It's really deep.
Yeah. They're using this warp effect again that, like, Foundry missions use far more than the actual game.
Yeah, I think there is still only one mission which uses that design, like that look. And I think it's the it's one of the queued missions. It's an STF. I just blanking on the name. But it's the super hard one that came out with Delta Rising, which is kind of a shame that it's super hard because, like, conceptually the mission sounds like it'd actually be pretty fascinating. Just pulling it up right now. There are two. Oh, there we go. Actually, I'll do it this way. It's only elite, so that should pull it up pretty easily.
Battle of Corfez.
Yeah, it is Battle of Corfez.
Yeah.
Like, conceptually, I want to like that mission because it's kind of interesting. It's basically a queued version of like the final mission against the against those guys.
The Badwar?
Yeah, the Badwar. Like the big one where you're like advancing through their battle lines, assigning people to different tasks. Like it's basically a big queued version of that, and I think that would actually be pretty rad. But it is actually like super difficult, and I am every time I've tried, I haven't been quite good enough. Or I don't know, like maybe it's not I haven't been good enough, but the groups I've been haven't been good enough.
Oh yeah, I see. Blame the groups you're with. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's group content, so like it's
I know.
Possible to say it's any one person. I'm not sure whether I'm not good enough or whether everyone is good enough.
It depends. I have played missions where I can pretty definitely say it has been specifically one person.
Oh, yes, there are definitely missions where that is like that's obvious, but like unless
I did a what was the very first Borg one you do.
Okay, yeah.
Infected the conduit or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had we had one guy go off to the other conduit before one was taken out and just start firing on his own.
Like there are times where that actually is a valid strategy. You just have to be really careful with that because you can definitely get overwhelmed pretty fast, especially if you're trying to get the optional objective.
That's what we were trying to do, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
The guy just Leroy Jenkins did.
Yeah, like it.
I was
Yeah,
like, whatever, but one of the people like,
yeah,
pretty
conduit is
nastily
one where you have to be like super careful
the
about
guy
that.
out.
It's better to do that one as like everyone swarms one side, then they swarm the other side.
yeah,
It is possible
yeah.
to separate so you have 4 on one and then 1 on the other, just wearing it down. But like conduit is not
No,
actually the
'cause you've
stage
gotta-
where that's effective. Like the stage that
Yeah,
you want to do,
that's the other
yeah,
one.
the stage that you want to do that strategy on is actually Kittimer Accord. Because that one is not only that like you need to destroy the 2 warp gates, but you're also under a timer. So having
Hey, I'm not in the wall.
yay.
But yeah, the reason you don't do that is because the second you attack one of they get attacked, the guys start trying to push through and
Yeah.
go through the gate, and that's what makes you fail the optional.
This map is
Starbase 39.
yeah, and not just that, it's Cure Ground. I want to say. No, maybe it's not Cure. No, it's Infected Ground. One of those
Did
two.
we do that one?
I don't.
Was that one of the ones we couldn't get a group
I
for?
don't think we've done any of those STFs on ground yet.
Yeah, those are the ones we had trouble getting groups for.
Yeah.
We don't have enough friends who like are willing to put time into this game to help us.
Yeah.
Because they're losers. I'm just kidding.
That's one way to put it.
I'm just kidding. We love you all.
The STF version of this map is actually kind of an interesting mission, but it probably is easier now because just general gear is better. But at the time when I was like trying to do it semi regularly, like it was a super hard mission, and I haven't had very much luck at it because like even going through just like the first phase is like really tough because you're basically fighting against the clock as you're trying to like advance through these areas as Borg are actively trying to assimilate crew members. And on some difficulty levels, if the Borg assimilate any crew members, it's a fail.
I just killed my 1000th Klingon.
Oh, congrats.
I'm surprised it's that low.
Yeah, then you get down here finally, and there's where like the first boss is, which actually is just a pretty straightforward Borg encounter. Like it's not really that big of a deal. It's just like it's a big beefy Borg. That this Klingon invader back here was
Kabali?
No, well, yeah, but your crowd control mode on your gun procced, but she's like apparently still moved out of it, so she was like walking around outside of it, untargetable, but wasn't doing anything, just sort of wandering around while in the agony thingamajig.
See?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're just gonna, after having fixed this, we're just gonna go straight to bed.
Yeah, So yeah, if we continued forward a little further, we would have gone into the like basically the habitation. No, like the what's the word I'm looking for? I guess it actually is more like the engineering rings of the starbase until eventually you reach an area where there's a like a big arena over basically like a plasma sea with little platforms all around it, and the mission at that point is that's where you're fighting the boss Borg, and you need to in each corner there's, if I'm remembering this fight correctly, in each corner there's a platform with.
Oh, now we're killing the humans.
Now we're shooting the humans.
The Starfleet TOS male gold shirt.
O2.
O2.
Oh, now we're talking to the Organians. I mean, like, I wish that the Foundry author had another map transition so that we weren't just talking about all the stuff inside the dream. I get that that'd be annoying for like the player because like here's a map transition. Here's 5 seconds. Here's another map transition. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of my I wish I get the dream sequence thing. I wish there was more time spent in them.
Yeah, and a lot of that's mostly just because the map transitions take so long. You know, like when we're sitting here at a map transition for what seems like 2 or 3 minutes at times, like they should those sequences should be more involved.
Okay, so now we need to go to Organia.
But yeah, as I was saying, like the boss fight in that STF is like you basically have to jump around the platforms to reach the 4 corners to activate the things, which drops a shield. And then once you drop the shield, then you can actually start shooting at the boss. And it's like it's a whole lot of like platforming while you're shooting at the boss and the Borg ads, which are summoned in as well. Like, it's kind of an interesting fight. It's very demanding, and it's also against Borg, which means that your weapons are constantly becoming ineffective.
Unless you have a shotgun.
Unless you have the shotgun, or you're using a melee weapon.
I still think they should add the eye mod.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't.
Maybe if the Borg become a big deal again, story-wise.
Yeah.
Speaking of... Look, an inactive Borg cube. Let's go aboard and steal its technology. That'll end well.
Yeah, this can't...
Ship, cube damage 02.
Station Klingon 01. That is a big thing to just sort of have floating here. Apparently the USS Enterprise is here.
The USS Enterprise. Not just any Enterprise, the Enterprise.
Federation cruiser,
but not the NX-01. No one cares about that one.
I don't know. I like the look of the NX-01 at least.
I like the Akira design, yes.
Yeah.
I remember that was the most disappointing thing. It was like, oh, hey, here's this brand new show with this brand new Enterprise. Oh, no, it's just the Akira again.
Well, now we know where the Akira got its look from.
Yeah, but just from out of, like... At least when they did the new Star Wars and they said, oh, here's new X-Wings again, they actually look slightly different.
Well, I think the NX-01 looks more than just slightly different from an Akira.
A little, but... I don't know. Actually, I guess that's not really fair, because, yeah, I guess the Enterprise is about as different as the new X-Wings.
Oh, okay. So it's just a replica.
Ha ha ha, cutting political humor.
Bzzz.
Bzz. They're balls of light.
Oh, you walked out to the hallway and left me behind.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
the map changed.
Oh, come on. Okay, hang on. Go talk to this guy. So basically, one of the Klingons that initially invaded this planet, was spaced. And the Organians rescued him, so he's kind of lived with them for a while to, understand stuff. And now they want to teach us to be like them.
Huh.
And now we can transfer maps, so you can actually get back and do stuff. I know, that was my bad.
No, that's all right. I guess we didn't really expect them to do a map alteration.
No, this is an okay mission. It just needs a little more I guess to use a writing example, it needs an editing phase.
Yeah, it definitely needs a little bit of proofreading because
grammatically there's a few errors, but I'm talking also less map transitions.
Yes.
Overall, and it's a good idea. It just needs a bit polish work.
Yeah, for sure. It's just a lot of these maps are too short. They need to make if they could consolidate some of these maps, just have there be more on any one of them.
This is the map from that one with Morale Paris.
Oh, right, it is.
Fekleri Creep. Quick, lure them back to our towers.
Or just into our guns. I mean, that works too.
That's true. That'll help us level up so that we can take down their towers.
Oh, so they're saying this is a really big...
a thought-activated holodeck.
Yeah.
They're also telling us not to think of anything in particular. So, this is hilarious because this is the Kabali saying this dialogue.
For me, it was Nayland talking to himself. Alright, so the Klingon was just saying that he not only does he have just a normal extended lifespan, but the Organians would just revive him. Whoops. Just couldn't help to think about the Borg.
Well, actually, I guess that makes sense for your character.
Yeah.
But, out of all the crap I have gone through, I don't know. My character's subconscious is probably pretty messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably are.
Try to think of something cheerful for a change, he says. Hordes and hordes of bodies.
No.
A bunch of Taco Bell?
Sure.
Taco Bell.
Alright, yeah, you need to come over here and see what happy thinking is.
It's a bunch of Borg drones and Nausicaans dancing.
Yeah.
And a giant Orion lady. Okay, I'm down with this.
And a Nausicaan brute, just because.
I'm down with this.
And why is our counselor taking care of everything?
She's probably an
Organian, yeah.
I don't even remember hiring her.
She was just there. She's always been there. I mean, it's not like you hire anyone for your ship.
Well, you pay energy credits for some of them if you specifically go out looking for one. I don't know. I just figure my crews learn to deal with all the crazy crap we get into.
But
or they're all shell shocked and filled with PTSD at this point.
Your turnover is so high.
Not really. I use the same bridge crew at least.
So you just sort of run around and talk to people.
So I like how she implicates that I eat replicated pizza before I go to sleep. Probably do, but you know. So the Frisian over here says, amazing. The readings are completely conclusive. I can talk.
And he asks, like, hey, did you get permission to scan that thing with Jake? And he's like, yeah, no. I asked Trade Air. It's... Oh. There you go.
So basically, this guy is asking to be the Federation ambassador to Organia.
I'm pretty cool with that.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of interesting how the default option is no, you are too powerful.
I'm cool with it. You cool with it?
I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it. We're cool with it. I mean, I'm sure we have worse ambassadors.
Yeah, I'm positive that we do. And it's nice to have an ambassador that wants to do the job as well.
Mm-hmm. Also, I figure 5 minutes of Sugihara and he'll blow his brains out.
I don't know. I have a feeling that whatever he's learned from the Organians, he could probably handle Sugihara.
5 minutes Admiral Tanae and he'll blow his brains out.
Hmm.
Purge the deck.
Uh-oh. Apparently we had a whole bunch of Undines here. That's not cool.
It's really funny when they bring back up the Undane thing because
Yeah.
they haven't really been a thing in the actual game since like the start of Delta Rising.
Yeah, pretty much. And now we beam out of our shuttle deck.
We beam out of our own shuttle bay, yes.
Yeah, that's one thing Cryptic should do something about, even if it's still pretty funny. Like, I know that they've said that they want to make that be not as ridiculous, but I imagine it is actually a really hard thing to do.
As well as you know, animate yourself walking off screen.
Well, they
I
don't
guess.
necessarily need to. Like, they could have the transition just be a fade to black. Like, they don't.
That's
They
true.
don't need to have an animation of you departing the scene. Uh-oh. Now we need to...
Go save him. Again. Maybe we shouldn't let this guy be a... So maybe we shouldn't have let this guy be an ambassador. He's kind of getting attacked a lot.
Yeah, he's...
Technically before he even starts the job.
Poor guy. Like, he's been away for so long, he probably doesn't even realize what's going on. And so that's how they're going to end the mission.
We have to go back to counseling.
Yeah. Alright. I think that was actually alright.
It was alright. It's, like I said, it needs, like, an editing pass.
Yeah.
Though, looking at the actual specific, like, grammatical errors, it's the kind of thing I see when someone is not... And I don't want to generalize because I don't know the person who made this, so I could be completely off on this. But it's consistent with what I've seen of someone who's typing English but does not have English as their primary language.
Yeah, I kind of got that impression as well.
Like, I think I saw someone say, I don't scary easily. And things like that. And I could be wrong on it, but that's just kind of the general feel I get from it. But beyond that, yeah, there needs to be... I think you're actually typing this kind of stuff out. Okay. But, yeah, there needs to be, like, less map transitions or just spend longer in each one. But it's a neat idea.
Yeah, I actually did enjoy that. But yeah, my main issues were, well, I would say really my main issue was just that the map transitions were interesting and it helped tell the story, but you don't spend enough time in each map.
Yeah.
Like to make the amount of time you spend in the map transition worthwhile. That's the thing which bothers me, or which bothered me. It's just, it's unfortunate because
like between loading in and loading out, you're pretty much loading longer than
like it almost
the
felt
actual
like
time
it
in the
almost
map.
felt like we spent more time in a loading screen in that mission than actually doing something. I know we didn't. I know we actually did spend more time playing than in loading screens, but there were times where it felt like we were spending more time in loading screens. But in any case, that was actually an interesting, just one that we found out of the blue. So I think that'll be it for us for this week. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Yep. Bye, everyone.